So going back to the new trailer of Predator Badlands, there's a few things I missed that I want to point out in a second video, and also some comments from you guys that made some good points. This part shows a ship taking off, leaving one Pred behind, and I think it's connected to the footage at the end of the trailer where Dec is pulled into the ship. The footage appears to be spread apart in the trailer, but I think it's all part of one scene. Dec gets pulled into the ship and he escapes, and the Pred left behind is the one hunting him, because the shape of the ship and location looks the same in both scenes. And the Pred on the right most likely does not survive, and it's also part of the same scene. When Dec unpacks his gear and weapons, one of them has very clear symbols or text on it. It's got unique carvings. I remember that Wolf also had something like this on his mask. The weapon Thea is using on the flying creature seems to be the one that Dec is shown to use later in the film. Dec seems to be missing the classic wrist blades and plasma caster. This movie might focus on new weapons that we don't really see Preds use, but in one scene here, these might be wrist blades on his arm. The scene that shows multiple soldiers that look the same, I first thought they were clones, but someone made a comment, these are all androids, which makes more sense, since we're in the era of Weyland-Yutani, so they could be using androids or synthetics of the same model, something that was mass-produced. Also, those vine creatures seem to be inside a facility during this scene, so they won't be limited to the jungle area. Most of the scenes in the trailer show Dec not wearing a mask, so we have no idea what his thermal vision looks like or what his normal vision looks like without the mask. The blade of the sword seems to fold in, which makes it easier to carry, so during battle the blade would unfold into a full sword. He does have a spear. It's shown for a short clip before it's taken away from him, and the vine creature would hold it, maybe to use it against Dec. The bow has a red energy source instead of a rope, which might be more useful because if the rope breaks, it's hard to find a replacement of the same material. I also want to go back to this creature in this scene. I mentioned it before, but if we look at the scale of the hover bike, whatever this creature was, it's bigger than the one Dec would face against later on. There's also a smaller skeleton on the right side. Either this is a different creature or it's the same species, but one could be an adult and the other is a juvenile. The smaller skeleton might be around the size of the big creature that fights against Dec. Just compare the size of the hover bike to the skeleton. But when I look at the spine of the creature in this scene, it looks to be different, unless those large bladed bones on the back are hidden underneath. So if this is the same species, the one Dec fights later on could be the smaller one, or this could be a different species entirely. But if Dec is fighting the smaller one based on the scale here, it makes you wonder, are any large ones still alive on the planet? And the last thing for this video is the giant robot at the end of the trailer. Someone made a comment that it reminds them of the Ulysses power armor from Predator Concrete Jungle. What do you think? So that's it for this video. If I missed anything, leave a comment down below and tell me, what is your impression of this trailer? Thanks for watching, leave a like on the video, and I'll see you later.